of water. What were your initial thoughts of this movie?
All right, let's get the wait. Let's address the elephant in the room. Going to see this movie is like a spiritual undertaking. It is 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's ridiculous.
The runtime is definitely not justifiable. Yeah, I probably dozed off like 3 separate times while watching this movie, and I rarely doze off when I'm at the movies.
I didn't doze off. I think there were definitely some slow parts. I think the movie definitely had an issue with pacing.
Of course.
The runtime.
Like the first one.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's another Hollywood spectacle. Like
it's very pretty.
It's very pretty. The way they do the visuals is incredible. I would be surprised if it didn't win an award for best looking film this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a Hollywood film. There's no connection to the characters.
Yeah. I didn't feel. I mean, I like how it felt like a war film. Like all the battle scenes are pretty great in it. Like James Cameron, at the end of the day, he's a director, but he's also like an engineer. You know, like in that sense of directing, he's not really like a philosopher. Or not in that sense of, like, as a filmmaker, but he's an engineer. He knows how to really put a big movie together and make it look great in presentation. But I think they low-key know that we're not invested in these characters. Example being, throughout the entire film, they have to remind you of who the protagonist is. Because everyone forgets who's the protagonist of the first Avatar. They're like, there's Jake Sully. Jake Sully's over there. Oh, there's Jake Sully and his family. They repeat his name so many times. And him with his family, he's like, he comes up with a thing to say, he's like, Sully stick together. Like something really cheesy like that.
The whole movie is cheesy. And like Cole said, the connection to the characters is non-existent. I mean, the villain, I didn't even like the villain in the first movie.
And he's back.
He felt comically evil. It's almost like a satire on what a villain is, because there's no motivation. There's nothing to drive.
He just wants to destroy this world.
Exactly. And then his like, I don't want to spoil too much of the movie if any of you guys haven't seen it, but his rivalry with Jake's wife.
You even forgot his name for a minute.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
His rivalry with Jake's wife. Again, it's comical. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's awful.
Yeah. This film was an experience, definitely. Like it was nice to see people cheering, oohing and ahhing at a movie theater shown, because I haven't been to a movie theaters showing of a film like this with that type of reaction. So that was very nice to see. But you know, it was an experience. But I don't think I'll be watching this movie again. Like I didn't even revisit the first one before seeing this movie.
So my dad's a big fan of the first one. So I've watched the first one probably 20 plus times. And that in of itself is, I think, a tragedy. But I had the opportunity to see it a second time, and I just couldn't. I couldn't make myself sit through another 3.5 hours, including credits and all that, for something that honestly I thought was kind of mid.
Yeah, my favorite part of the movie experience for me was them playing the Barbie trailer before the movie. That was my favorite part of going to see this movie.
I don't remember any of the trailers I had, but I think some of the trailers were pretty good. I might have actually gotten the Barbie one too.
We're not ripping this movie. It sounds like we're ripping it, but the negatives are more showy than the positives.
If you haven't seen it before, like if it's your first time watching it and you've watched the first one and you enjoyed it, you'll enjoy the second.
It's a fun
We're
movie.
not gonna say you won't. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily revolutionize anything in the movie industry. It's kind of the same
story.
It's the same formula that the first one had, and honestly that a lot of movies have these days. And just don't expect yourself to get attached to any of the characters or the story. Just go for the spectacle and enjoy the beautiful world that he created. I mean,
that's perfectly said. So what grade will you give this movie?
Probably. I I mean, it's fine. It's not the worst movie.
No,
I've
it's
ever
not the
seen.
worst movie.
I'd give it a C+.
I'll give it a C. Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm Cole.
I'm Mikey.